Brazil is among the teams that consistently give their all on the field, and as a result achieve great success. Even though the Brazilian team has always been formidable, this year's World Cup 22 in Qatar has them looking particularly ruthless, and ready to roar their way to a trophy. In the opening match against Serbia, they got off to a great start, and ultimately won by a score of 2-0. This early success fueled their drive to ultimately claim the World Cup. Richarlison scored the game-winning goal for Brazil in their World Cup opener, an impressive victory over tournament underdogs Serbia. Hello and welcome to Goalside. In today's video, we'll discuss the Brazilian team's impressive opening win at World Cup 22. Make sure to stick around to the end of this video. If you liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the post notifications. So without wasting any time, let's dive right into the video. Brazil opened their World Cup campaign with a 2-0 win over Serbia at the Lusail Stadium, moving them to the top of Group G. But an ankle injury to star player Neymar risks overshadowing the victory as an MRI scan is scheduled. In their World Cup Group G opener in Lusail, Brazil defeated Serbia 2-0 thanks to 2 goals from Richarlison. Even though Neymar leaving the game with an injury was concerning, Brazil's performance and the appearance of Gabriel Jesus, Antony and Gabriel Martinelli off the bench in a powerful show of squad strength made for ominous viewing for their rivals. After the European team had successfully stifled the number 1 ranked team for more than an hour, Brazil finally took the lead when the Tottenham forward finished a close-range opportunity after goalkeeper Vanja Milinkovic-Savic deflected a shot by Vinicius Jr. into his path. Richarlison then stunned the crowd at Qatar's Lusail Stadium by scoring a second goal with a stunning strike on the turn that flew past the Serbian goalkeeper. His outstanding play was a major factor in him replacing Gabriel Jesus as Brazil's starting striker for the World Cup. The 5-time world champions Brazil arrived in Qatar with a mountain of pressure on their shoulders, but they seemed unfazed by it. Many people's predictions that Brazil would win the World Cup were validated by the team's performance, and by the scenes of players dancing on the team bus and on the way into the stadium. Brazil was content to keep probing despite Serbia's stellar defence, and the Seleção were unstoppable once they hit top gear after the break. Richarlison scored 2 truly thrilling goals, and Serbia, who did not even attempt a shot on goal, collapsed after the first. Brazil could have scored more as they tore holes in Serbia's tiring defence in the second half, but the coach Tite still had a very successful evening. Although he was involved in the build-up to Richarlison's first goal, Neymar was relatively quiet throughout the match. However, Vinicius displayed his potential and Casemiro dominated in the middle of the field as usual. Brazilians had to work hard to beat the team ranked 21st in the world, but in the end they were very deserving winners. After much resistance, the Serbia team has collapsed. Serbia's strategy was to frustrate their opponent and then score on the counter, as evidenced by the high fives they received from their coaches at half-time. Although they failed with the plan, there was much to learn from their performance. It's hard to imagine anyone beating Brazil, but Serbia still has a shot at qualifying thanks to their impressive performances against Switzerland and Cameroon. However, they were unable to create any scoring opportunities for their top striker, Aleksandar Mitrovic, and their midfielder Dusan Tadic was powerless. Serbia is well trained and unyielding, and if they can provide some assistance to Mitrovic, they may go far. After injuring his ankle, Neymar will get an MRI. Dr. Rodrigo Lasmar, who serves the Brazilian national team, said Neymar had an injury on the right ankle, direct trauma, during the post-game press conference. We began treatment on the bench immediately because of the shock he received from the Serbian player's knee. His physiotherapy sessions with the therapist went on. For the MRI results to give us more insight, we'll need at least 2 days. Our next evaluation will be tomorrow. We can't judge his development too soon, so we'll have to wait. For the time being, we must wait. This World Cup was supposed to be Neymar's anthem of redemption after 2 previous failed attempts to win the trophy. This is probably his last chance, and he's been playing well for PSG leading up to the tournament. The risk of injury has now eliminated the possibility of his plans being realised. Images of his swollen ankle that have surfaced since he was substituted into the game look extremely concerning. There is still not much time for Neymar to recover and play at his best before Brazil plays in the round of 16. Brazil's other attacking options are better suited to the wing positions than the number 10 position that Neymar has monopolised. What happens next isn't as important as what Tite does, but this is still a story about a person. He's in danger of losing a tournament that could make or break his career. Richarlison was the best player on the field. It's no secret that Richarlison gets emotional when discussing his desire to play for his country, so that night must have been the night he was waiting for. As expected, he was at the front of the pack for Brazil and clearly showing everyone else the way. He is surrounded by talented teammates who will open doors for him. On his left he had Vinicius, on his right he had Rafinha, and in the middle was Neymar, who was summoning reinforcements. Richarlison was tasked with maintaining a central position and capitalising on opportune moments, and he did so admirably. The first was a typical poacher's finish from him, beating the defender to the ball and tapping it in. The second, however, was a vicious blow. It's a hint at his self-assurance. Richarlison's future is bright if he keeps this up and continues to receive this kind of encouragement. Astonishing Brazil, according to Opta data. Brazil has never lost its opening match at a World Cup, going undefeated in 20 tournaments. They've won 17 and drawn 3 of those opening matches. The 9 fouls awarded to Brazil's Neymar in this game are at least 4 more than any other player at the 2022 World Cup. Serbia is one of 4 teams at the 2022 World Cup that is yet to record a shot on goal. Richarlison is the 8th Brazilian to score a brace on his World Cup debut, and the first since Neymar in 2014. He's scored 9 goals in his last 7 appearances for Brazil across all competitions. Richarlison has scored more goals for Brazil than any other player since he first played for the national team in September 2018. 19. By the time he was taken off in the 85th minute, Vinicius Jr. had already taken 4 shots and created 4 more before being involved in half of Brazil's 16 total shots on goal. It's official, according to Stojkovic. Brazil is the best team. According to Serbia's head coach, I think we were on an equal level in the first 45 minutes. They weren't all that much stronger than us at that point. We physically collapsed in the second half and stopped functioning as a team. Brazil was able to use this to its advantage. When they found out, they punished us. We've had a lot of issues in Qatar, including key players getting hurt at the worst possible times. This is the reality and we must accept it. Not having all of your players available is a major disadvantage, and you can clearly see that. There is no contest. Brazil is the best team. Of course, we've already proven in the first half we're competitive with this squad. Both Aleksandar Mitrovic and Filip Kostic are not at full strength right now. If they were, things would have been very different. Unfortunately, they are not prepared at this time. Do you think the Brazil team has what it takes to win the World Cup this year? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon with the next video. Thank you so much for watching.